Meghan Markle has recently slammed Kill Bill, among other films, for its depiction of Asian women. However, the star of the Quentin Tarantino film Lucy Liu has often rallied against this type of criticism aimed at these characters. Meghan's comments came as her Archetypes podcast on Spotify resumed for the first time since the death of the Queen. In the podcast episode, Meghan criticised Hollywood for its toxic stereotyping of Asian women as over-sexualised and aggressive. Markle said, movies like Austin Powers and Kill Bill presented these characters of Asian women as oftentimes over-sexualised or aggressive, and it's not just those two examples, there are so many more. She continued, this has seeped into a lot of our entertainment, but this toxic stereotyping of women of Asian descent doesn't just end once the credits roll. Meghan was speaking alongside podcast guest the American sociologist Nancy Wang Yuan, who's also written about such stereotyping. But the criticism against Kill Bill in relation to its character, O-Ren Ishii, a violent Yakuza leader played by Lucy Liu, has been refuted in the past by the actress herself, who slammed this type of character being labelled as a dragon lady. In an op-ed penned for the Washington Post, Liu argued that other characters have been written similarly to O-Ren Ishii, but haven't faced the same labels or backlash. She wrote, Kill Bill features 3 other female professional killers in addition to Ishii. Why not call Uma Thurman, Vivica A. Fox, or Daryl Hannah a dragon lady? I can only conclude that it's because they're not Asian. I could have been wearing a tuxedo and a blonde wig, but I still would have been labelled a dragon lady because of my ethnicity. If I can't play certain roles because mainstream Americans still see me as other, and I don't want to be cast only in typically Asian roles because they reinforce stereotypes, I start to feel the walls of a metaphorical box we AAPI, Asian American and Pacific Islander women, stand in. Besides, Meghan was slammed for not paying tribute to Queen Elizabeth on her podcast Archetypes. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield said that Queen Elizabeth did a lot of things and had so many contributions to Britain and the whole world when she was still alive, so it would have been nicer if Meghan Markle remembered her for the things that she did. All Archetypes podcast episodes were recorded before the death of the Queen, since Meghan's brand seems to highlight feminism and the podcast is about fighting misconceptions and labels on women that hold them back. It wouldn't have hurt to add a simple intro or goodbye, thanking the Queen for a lifetime of service. Schofield also pointed out that Markle's podcast focuses on feminism, and the Queen paved the way for feminism to be practiced in Britain. The Queen was also known for performing her duties without relying on Prince Philip, so all the more should Markle pay tribute to her. On the other side, royal expert Neil Sean claims Meghan Markle is working closely with the producers of Archetypes to ensure that none of the upcoming episodes lined up have any negative or derogatory statements that might be offensive to the royal family. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes on the remaining podcasts. We know there's been 4 in the can already that are ready to go, but according to a very good source, they're going through them all with a very fine tooth comb to make sure there's nothing derogatory, hurtful, or indeed that could cause yet another explosive time bomb, he said. Sean also claimed that the public could look at this move in 2 different ways. You could look at this in 2 ways really. Is Meghan changing her tune to now try and refit back into the family that she left behind, or indeed, is she having second thoughts because she doesn't want to create any more trouble, he said.